This episode of The Excursion takes us through the rivers, lakes, and canyons of West Georgia. I'm prepared to conquer an amazing set of adventures throughout this beautiful terrain. And if I succeed, I will enjoy an amazing, relaxing massage here at the Callaway Gardens Lodge and Spa. But if I fail, it's the guys behind the camera, the crew, that get my relaxing reward. Let's get started. It's Georgia's most famous river, the Chattahoochee. Known in country songs as the Hooch, wrapping from North Georgia through Atlanta and along West Georgia, hugging the state's western border all the way to Lake Seminole on the Georgia-Florida line. From whitewater rafting, ziplining, canyon runs, tubing, skiing, fishing, gators, and so much more, it's time for an excursion with Georgia's legendary Chattahoochee River as a canvas. Home base, Columbus, Georgia, at the historic downtown Marriott, a location just steps from the mighty river with luxurious amenities perfectly representing true Southern hospitality. And right down the street is Whitewater Express, our connection to the longest urban whitewater course in the world. So what does urban whitewater mean? It means you go right through the city center. It means when you get off the boat, you aren't miles deep in the woods. You have a thriving downtown full of dining options just steps away from where you unload.
You can just throw your gear on and walk a block up the street and go to Picasso's Pizza, Samurai Chinese Food, Subway, coffee shops.
You even got the Houlihan's Marriott.
Oh yeah, we got the Houlihan's right down there. Houlihan's is a lot of fun. I love their Thai wings, and it's a really good time.
Excursion number 1, conquer the Hooch and remain in the boat. Cameraman Craig popped off shots from the shore, cameraman Wes joined me in the boat, and our super guide, known as Pat, led the way.
Now, do you guys know a difference between the mutual fund and a raft guide?
No.
Eventually, the mutual fund will mature and make money.
We have two different kinds of trips. We have the classic trip. It's 2.5 miles of urban whitewater. I mean, go down 2 to class 3 plus rapids. And our challenge trip, the water's a lot higher. It's a lot more adrenaline rush for anybody who's looking to come down.
Pat knows the river well and entertains along the way.
So you like to give nicknames to people. Talk about Wes and I.
Oh yeah. I mean, you were obviously Mario. I mean, you had the red Rocky, and he was Luigi. You had the green. I really like to add to the trip. I like to get personal with my guests. I like to ask them what do they like to do for fun, cut up with them, joke around.
You start with a few class 2s and 3s, and if you follow the leader and pay attention, you stay in the boat.
That could have gone worse.
It's a man-made whitewater course. The rapids are designed for a mix of big thrills and safety. If you do happen to go under, the water flow is designed to spit you out, not suck you under like Mother Nature sometimes designs them. And after a few conquered rapids, Wes and I got to drop out of the boat and float the river on our backs, mixing nature and urban views. Quite different from the norm, but very cool.
Lazy River is a nice way to cool off. I mean, guests seem to really enjoy it. It's just a nice time just to take a break from paddling and things like that and just float down with all your guests, cut up, joke around, talk to your guys about the trip, what do you guys have planned after and things like that.
However, once we finished our refreshing free float, cameraman Wes decided that this float counted as me going in the water, meaning a failed excursion. A point of contention, which we would have to discuss later in this episode. In the meantime, Pat was getting us prepared for the big time, upcoming rapid known as Wave Shaper.
Give y'all some good old-fashioned board paint. Give you the Simba, and you're gonna be a cat. All right, so you guys ready to head downstream?
Yeah. The cat and the man.
You gonna do that right, meow?
Already.
All right, now meow. Let's go,
Meow,
meow.
meow.
Watch out, meow.
We are in war paint, just like the Creek Indians.
Yes, we are.
But this is a river,
Yeah.
not a creek.
we rode the wave. We surfed the
Yeah,
wave
we
in the
surfed,
raft. Tell me
yeah.
about that experience.
All right, so when you guys get down, it puts all the weight in the center of gravity of the boat. So when you plug into the hole, that's what we were doing when we were in workout hole. We were surfing, so we were literally riding in the wave. So when I told you guys to lean right, I pushed the boat down and left it to kick it right. So I told you guys to lean right so you wouldn't tip out. It's really fun. I really think surfing adds a lot to the trip.
Challenge accomplished, even though we were soaked. The river didn't beat our buoyancy, and Pat kept our raft upright.
I think I passed that challenge. You got in the water.
When we return, we take on the hooch from a different point of view.
Oh, I've been walking, eyes open wide, and I've been looking at the brighter side. Traveled through the mountains, been to the sea. I've seen the city lights, and I believe life's pretty sweet, pretty sweet, pretty sweet. Like a Georgia peach, my Georgia peach. Life's pretty sweet.
Making waves with a Concord Challenge at Whitewater, Columbus, it's now time to take on the Blue Heron. Just steps from the river, look up for the giant nest, and your adventure begins.
The first thing is 65 steps up, and you will be 70 feet up in the air.
Challenge number 2, free fall from the heron's nest.
Take a step off.
Yeah.
It's that easy.
1, 2, 3, go.
And if you conquer it one time, dare to do it again, but backwards.
I'm gonna try not to grab the rope. Ready? Okay. Squat. Fall backwards. Ah!
Challenge 3, zip across the Chattahoochee in style.
Stuck the landing.
And once you cross, the adventure continues with a ropes course challenge. And with confidence high, I go for a friendly challenge, a course record.
Amelia, what's the record time on this course?
1 minute and 30 seconds.
Minute 30 seconds going around. That's not the guide record, that's a civilian record like me. Minute 30. You're on your mark. Get set. That's why we wear helmets. Go!
Good catch. I had it. You got it. Grab that one. There you go.
Time! Oh, I forgot to do the timer.
Now get this, my actual time ended up 1 minute, 9 seconds, no joke, a civilian record, at least for now. So I'm still solidly in control of this excursion. Staying the night here at the Columbus Marriott. This place is beautiful, and they have a hula hands with a porch at sunset and a beautiful drink here. Little mini reward. Pretty fruity. Perfectly rested and refreshed, time to head about 40 miles south along the Chattahoochee to Florence Marina State Park. This place is gorgeous. Now, I was given 2 challenges: spot a gator, catch a fish. Right when we arrived, we spotted a gator. There's another one right back there. This is awesome. Now, I just gotta catch a fish.
It's a great fishing destination, and here at our park we actually rent out boat slips so that you can leave your boat down here, and if you're just staying at the park, you can actually leave your boat at the dock out here. We're right where the Chattahoochee is running into Lake Eufaula, so all of this is the Eufaula National Wildlife Refuge. It's a protected habitat, so you see lots of animals out here. We have tons of water birds, egrets, herons, we have alligators, all kinds of fish. If you don't have an area that's sectioned off like this for the animals, where else are they going to go? Like out here, they're just doing their thing. It's their natural area. So I think to have areas like that and to have state parks for education and recreation, that's really important.
So Brianna Walker, interpretive ranger, set me out on this stretch of river that connects 2 sections of the Walter F. George Reservoir, a spot that has been recognized as the bass capital of the world. So I grabbed my fly rod and poppers, met with my pontoon guide Richard, and began a picturesque outing along this gorgeous stretch of water. So you know this lake / river. You said it's 42 miles to Columbus, and then 44
to the dam. A lot of fish in this lake. Let's talk about what we can find in here.
Well, one of the most popular fish around here right now is the bass. We do a lot of jug fishing for catfish, bluegill, especially when the mayflies is out. Some stripers in like June and October when they're coming up the river because they're primarily saltwater fish.
There we go. Look at that, sir.
That's about the average size. No, I'm kidding.
Bass capital.
That right there, you could do magic with it and turn it into about a 20, 25 pound catfish.
All right, the skunk is gone, folks.
There you go. That's a bluegill.
That's a bluegill, little bluegill here.
Little bluegill.
We had to slow the boat down a little, this gator. That might be a 7-8 footer. Had to cross right in front of us. We have definitely nailed this gator spotting today. Very majestic. It's got a big head, little body, kind of like me.
All right, all right.
A little bigger than the last one.
Yeah, bluegill.
Keep them coming, bluegill. All right, getting larger each time.
Yeah, that was smarter too because he was in the shade.
Okay.
And after warming up with a few panfish, Richard took me to a little spot under a bridge where he thought a few young bass would be hitting my topwater lure.
Woo! They're getting bigger. They're getting bigger. I think I got a little bass. Woo!
Oh, a little largemouth.
Yeah, a little largemouth. All right. You're saving this spot. Bass capital. There we go, folks. If I bring it close to the lens, this sucker's getting huge. Talk about that spot under the bridge. Why was that such a utopia for fish?
There's a lot of cliff swallow nests under the bridge. Well, when the cliff swallows bring the bugs in to feed the young, the fish are there to get the remains or anything that falls in the water.
There we go. They're hitting now. Right under this bridge, Richard. Thank you for taking me here. We won't tell anyone about it. What highway is this? So we were playing with the top water, but there's a lot of good fish down deep.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll do that next time.
Hey, good deal with me. I'll carry jug fishing next time.
Okay, jug fishing. We're gonna learn something else.
That'd be fantastic.
Next up on the excursion, Providence Canyon, Georgia's Little Grand Canyon.
Oh, I've been walking, eyes open wide, and I've been looking at the brighter side. Traveled through the mountains, been to the sea. I've seen the city lights, and I believe life's pretty sweet, pretty sweet, pretty sweet. Like a Georgia peach, my Georgia peach. Life's pretty sweet.
Whitewater, check. Zip line, check. Spotted some gators, caught a fish on a fly line. This excursion is off to a good start. And now it's time to head a few miles east with Walker Interpretive Ranger to the outskirts of Lumpkin, home to Georgia's Little Grand Canyon. Created by serious erosion prompted by poor farming practices from the early 1900s, their mistakes become a sightseer's reward.
Providence Canyon. You could call it a mistake, but now it is a thing of beauty. Tell me how this place got started. It is unreal.
Back in the 1800s, settlers came in and they decided that they wanted to grow cotton here. But what they didn't know is we're in the coastal plain, so we have lots of sandy soil. So they just started growing their crops on the sides of hills. They broke apart the top layer of soil, which is the Clayton Formation. It's basically red Georgia clay. Okay. And once they broke that away, it was nothing but sand. After they exposed all of that sand, within about 20 years, they started seeing these 4 to 5 foot gullies forming, and there was nothing they could do to stop it. And it's just like building a sandcastle. If you need a little bit of water, but if you have too much, then all of it gets washed away. It will all just break down and fall apart. So even now, we lose 3 to 5 feet of canyon wall every single year, and it keeps getting bigger.
It's growing this way, not downward to the center of the earth.
Right, it's getting wider because at this point it has reached the water table, so it's not going to get any deeper. It's 150 feet deep and about 300 feet wide.
Well, you see your fence. I mean, there's a spot right around the corner where the fence is hanging over. You all have to move the fence back.
Yes,
yeah. It just keeps getting wider. It's fascinating.
So last fall they actually moved the fences back, but several years ago they actually had to move the highway back.
That's unreal. So if y'all are around in 300-400 years, this will be the Grand Canyon. That one in Arizona will be the Little Grand Grand Canyon.
Right.
thing's
It might
gonna
take
be
up all of
massive.
Georgia.
So my challenge here is to run the 5K trail down and around the canyon. It's a hot summer day, and it's a trail with steep inclines. Regardless, it's time to give the canyon trail a fighter's chance.
They have a 3-mile loop. They also have a 7-mile loop. The 3-mile is the 5K. And every February, they have a race that goes around the canyon. Spectacular views.
This is cool. Once you're in the canyon, the sound echoes throughout. You can look back up and witness the millions of years that have passed since the ocean once covered this South Georgia landscape.
These cars have been here almost 100 years. It's absolutely amazing. They don't move them because they're afraid of erosion. Having another Providence Canyon starting right here. This is still on the property. It's just not in the canyon. It's halfway up one of the trails.
During this major uphill portion of the jog, the Ranger's four-wheeler mule fell victim to the trail's erosion and got stuck in a crevice. So the Excursion crew and the Rangers teamed up to save our mule. Mule saved and adrenaline pumping. It was time to finish off this 5K jaunt in style.
Time, 5K, complete, down the canyon. Saw the cars, helped with the mule. That was pretty awesome. Challenge complete, folks. On to the next leg of the excursion.
Challenge complete, it's time to head north to Pine Mountain, Georgia, to the family-friendly Excursion Utopia of Callaway Gardens.
When people visit Callaway, tell me more. 2,500 acres, how could I possibly get around to see it all? The right answer is there's no way to see it all really in a day. So we recommend 2 wheels or 4. 2 wheels on our 7 miles of bicycle trails, or even one of our Callaway Cruisers, our fancy name for golf carts. It's a great way to get around. Of course, you can get back in your vehicle and go spot to spot, but there's a lot to see. So we know that most of our visitors want to make it a multi-day visit so that they can really get it all in. You know, we're a haven for nature lovers and adventure seekers, so whether you want to have a thrill on our Treetop Adventure zipline course, or you want to get out on one of our 13 lakes in a boat, or tube or water ski on Robin Lake Beach, I mean, the adventures are endless.
Hard to know where to start. This is my reward area, but there's one more challenge left here. Let's just start with the beach.
Robin Lake Beach is such a playground. Every year in the summer season, we open Memorial Day weekend with the Masters water ski and wakeboard tournament, and then we're open through Labor Day weekend. It's the true summer season out at Robin Lake Beach.
And of course, the name Callaway, you think of golf.
Same family, so you can trace the family tree for the Callaways and find that connection there. But the golf here at Callaway is outstanding. We have 2 courses, so 36 holes of beautiful golf in this natural woodlands gardens, and our Mountain View course is actually a PGA course. Over a dozen years we hosted the PGA tournament.
And when it comes to a Callaway experience, the excursions are endless. The amazing Lakeside Birds of Prey show is a must-see.
Olive is a barred owl. She is one of 17 birds of prey that we have here at Callaway Gardens that we use to spread our message of conservation and educate the public.
So as you walk around the gardens, you guys, keep your eyes open for red-tailed hawks.
And the Cecil B. Day Butterfly Museum puts you in a therapeutic state of mind.
You immediately feel like you're entering a rainforest. It's absolutely gorgeous, things growing everywhere. But then, of course, the star of the show is the butterflies themselves. Any given day of the year, we have over 2,000 butterflies inside this conservatory. They come from tropical places all over the world. So we have butterflies from Africa, Southeast Asia, Central America, in some of the most beautiful colors you've ever seen.
So the reward here at Callaway is an afternoon at the spa.
The spa is truly a magical place because it allows us to connect people and nature in a different way. And so to me, the wellness component of the spa and being able to treat yourself to something relaxing or holistic is an important part of that experience.
13,000 square feet.
That's right.
Of relaxation.
Fitting in for a strenuous streak of West Georgia adventures. But before either myself or the crew are tapped to be spa recipients, it's time for a Callaway-induced challenge. When we return, we hit the world's largest man-made white sand beach for our final challenge of the Southern Chattahoochee Excursion.
Oh, I've been walking, eyes open wide, and I've I've been looking at the brighter side. Traveled through the mountains, been to the sea. I've seen the city lights, and I believe life's pretty sweet, pretty sweet, pretty sweet. Like a Georgia peach, my Georgia peach. Life's pretty sweet.
Challenge after challenge, this southern Chattahoochee excursion has been one full of excitement, beauty, and unknown wonders hidden in the far corners of the Peach State. Now it's time to finalize this excursion with my main man Ross at Callaway Gardens Robin Lake Beach, the world's largest man-made white sand beach.
Here we go, folks. Final leg of the excursion here at Robin Lake Beach at Callaway Gardens. We're going to do two things. Number one, get up on water skis. I haven't gotten up in 20 years on these skis, so we're going to see what happens. They say it's like riding a bike, you never forget. Part two, Ross is going to drive the boat. I am going to go on an inner tube, but he says it can get a little crazy out there. So let's see what happens.
Just kind of shimmy those feet up to the front.
Okay. Haven't tested the water yet, but it's been warm here.
Point the toes and slide on in.
Woo! Cell phone! No.
Oh, man.
Ah, feels good.
Nice.
All right. Skis conquered.
All done.
Woo! Good
Yeah.
driving.
Oh,
it was all
yeah.
him, folks. It was all him. All right. That is down. Now to the tube.
The fun part.
Folks, this gets as crazy as Ross lets it get. So I think I passed, even if I fall off, but we'll have to see, right?
Let's see.
All right. All right, excursion complete. I am done here at Callaway with the adventures. Now, the Chattahoochee River, I did go in the water, but I didn't fall in. Blue Heron Adventures conquered the zip line and ropes course, jogged all around Providence Canyon, saw a gator, caught a fish, and together at Providence, we saved a mule. It was an electric mule, but it will live to see another day. That was me and the crew, so we will all enjoy the spa at Callaway. Gentlemen, would you like to join me?
Yes, this is what can happen when the crew works together as a team. It's a fitting end for a state and particular destination known for true Southern hospitality. The crew is happy. I'm rejuvenated. Excursion complete.